Welcome in, everybody, once again to Titans Tube. We are excited to bring you our NFL picks for Week 11 of the NFL season. My name is Justin. This is my co-host, Jake, and we have a special guest for this one. We have my own flesh and blood. We already had my brother on earlier on this season, so we're doubling down with my family here. We got my uncle, Paul. Thank you so much for joining us. Big sports fan, big Titans fan, and a new recent-ish YouTuber podcaster as well, dabbling into that field a little bit. How's it going? Thanks for joining us.
Well, hey, thank you guys for having me. I mean, when COVID calls, you try to do something different, yep. Right? So,
yes,
a childhood friend of mine and myself tried to get one going, and we're trudging along, and both of us were teachers, and so. Hey, we're having a good time with it, but haven't quite got to the Titans Tube level, but we'll slowly but surely, right?
Yeah, you guys
sounds good. I like it.
Talk about all kinds of stuff, not just sports. I see like random. Your titles are like Titans lose a close one, this, and that, and then pillows, and then just like something random, or movies, or like right. you guys are very flexible with your conversation. It's great. It is called
absolutely. We
Yeah, it's called
Drive-Thru Sports with Adam and Paul.
Yeah.
With Adam and Paul. Yep, and follow us on YouTube and Twitter and DM Sports. But yeah, hey, let's get going,
Sounds
man.
Good.
Let's get going. Yeah, I'll leave those.
I just got to beat Jeremy. That's all that matters. Got to beat your brother.
Yeah, I can't remember how he did. I think we all probably did poor that week. We all were. That felt like one of those weeks we were all around 500. Mm-hmm. But Jake, last week we crushed it amazingly. You do have the records from last week's game. So how did we do? Let the people know.
I do. I don't have the entire tallies from guest moving on and the whole, as far as 11 weeks is concerned. But last week, Justin was the big winner, going 12-1. Very impressive. You can make a living doing that if you go out to the desert in Vegas. That was pretty good.
Yes.
And then I went 10-3, and our guest spot, the ever loved Caleb, went 6-7. Not so great, not so great on his end, but we'll see if you can do the guest spot some better honors here, Paul.
Easy. Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah, I mean, and Caleb did better than the first time he was a guest, where he went like 4-9. Like he was picking the Jets. I mean, I don't think he knew like what he was doing. I don't think he's
the desert sun's getting to him, man.
Yep.
That van living's getting to his head.
No doubt. All right, so let's jump right on in here to this Sunday slate of games. We got the Eagles. I guess they're in first place. There is no first place in the NFC East, but they're at 3-5-1, going against the Cleveland Browns, who pulled out a tight game last week, 10-7 against the Texans. In that crazy weather game, got delayed. Kind of an ugly game there. They are 6-3 in the thick of the AFC wildcard race. They have a real shot at making the playoffs for the first time in a long time. But can they do it? This is kind of a big game, I guess. I mean, with the AFC wildcard race so crowded right now, like all these teams are needing to get these wins. So Jake, I'll go to you first. What do you see here in this matchup?
Yeah, for sure. I think I saw in the forecast it's going to be kind of another dreary weather game, classic Cleveland, northern weather, sloppy game. And that is going to force the Browns' hand to run the ball more. And that's their bread and butter. That's what they've done to win games all this year. So, just combining that with, kind of a down on its luck Philly team, especially in the NFC East, everybody is. I'm going to go with the home team here and take the Browns.
Yeah. All right. I like it. It makes sense. Uncle Paul, how about you?
Hey, I'm going to jump on that bandwagon as well. I mean, you have a healthy Carson Wentz, and they still lost to the Giants by 10. So, hey, keep it on the ground. Cleveland Browns, winner.
Yeah, that two-headed attack, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt. Nick Chubb back from injury, just picking right back up where he left off. Yeah, I think that's going to be too much for Cleveland to handle, or the Eagles to handle. I'll make it a sweep. I'll go Browns as well in this game. Next up, we got a big NFC South matchup, at least for the Saints, who are hosting the Falcons, because the Bucs are hot on their tail, even though the Saints ended up sweeping that series. Did they not? So big game in the NFC South for the Saints. Uncle Paul, go right back to you. What do you see in this game?
All
And
right.
no Drew Brees. No Drew Brees in this game. And
Drew
Taysom
Brees,
Hill is the
Taysom
backup.
Hill.
What's going on with Jameis? Yeah.
I don't know why they've decided to go that direction. I don't know if what the story is, but I do know this. The Falcons really could be 4-0 under Raheem Morris as their coach if the Todd Gurley touchdown mistake never happened, right? So
yeah.
I hate to tell you, we were on a bye week. Calvin Ridley came back this week, and I'm going with the Falcons right here.
Ooh.
I like it. Bold.
I like it too. Yeah. I think Drew Brees is going to prove to be, people are saying he's fallen off, his arm's getting weaker, but he's still very integral to that offense's success. Man. Yeah. Jake, what about you? You picking an upset here?
I've liked the Saints all year. I know I've always harped that Green Bay is my NFC favorite, but if there ever was a second NFC favorite for me, I think it is this Saints team. I do think Drew Brees still has enough in the tank. I don't know if he's a Super Bowl contending quarterback at this point in his career, but I am going to take the Saints at home here just because I just something magical about them playing in the Superdome, and also very confused with the Taysom Hill call over Jameis Winston. That's kind of strange. They're starting the guy with 10 career completions and Taysom over Jameis. So I guess that just goes to show how much of a mess Jameis Winston can be at times.
Yeah.
But I'm still going the Saints here. Give me the Saints.
They could employ some kind of like Baltimore offense, how they kind of use Lamar Jackson, a lot of options and read options with him and Kamara back there. I don't know. It could work. I'm kind of feeling the Falcons as well. I don't know why, but yeah, just, missing Drew Brees, I think this is a real chance to see how well the Saints can, carry themselves and play without their star quarterback. So I don't know. I think their Falcons are going to surprise some people here. And I think the Saints will fall short in a close one. So, let's do it. Upset.
I didn't expect to be the only one on New Orleans. I like it. I like it. Pick it bold early.
There you go. Pretty lackluster matchup here. I think there's a couple of these this week, but we got the Cincinnati Bengals at Washington. Both these teams coming off losses. I'll throw my hat in. I won't care to spend too long on this game. I'll take the Bengals and Joe Burrow. I think they have they've got more going for them, especially on offense than Washington does. I think they go into Washington and take care of business. Uncle Paul, what about you?
Joe Burrow. I think they're going to good for Alex Smith, great feel-good story, but Joe Burrow is the future, and I think they're going to get it done.
Right on. Jake?
I might be the black sheep here, and I'm going to pick the home team in the Washington football team.
Did I say Redskins? I might have said Redskins.
You did not. You did
I'm
not.
a pro. I'm a professional.
Yep, you've gotten it. We're 11 weeks in. We're good to go. But I'm going to go with the home team in Washington here. I am a big Alex Smith guy. I think he's a good quarterback, even though he has sustained that horrible injury. And I don't know. I think playing the Steelers last week, especially for the Bengals coming off of a bye and kind of losing in the fashion that they did, was kind of a gut punch. It felt like they kind of had some wind in their sails from upsetting the Titans, heading into the bye, feeling good.
Yeah.
Just give me Washington in this one. Just feeling frisky about it.
Feeling frisky. Jake is. All right. We'll see how that goes down. Another kind of lackluster matchup here. 4-5 Detroit. They were the team that beat Washington last week, so they're coming off a win. Going to Carolina to take on the 3-7 Panthers. I mean, this one's kind of a toss-up. I have no idea. Jake, I'll go right back to you. What do you think about this game?
As much as I don't think Matt Patricia is the answer in Detroit, I mean, they've been kind of reeling off some wins here and looking fairly good doing it, albeit against maybe some lesser opponents like the Washington football team last week. But I kind of like the way Detroit's looking. I don't know if they're necessarily a wild card team in the NFC, but they certainly are kind of making a push. I think you said they're at 4-5. So give me Detroit on the road. Christian McCaffrey's out again. Who knows if he's going to even finish the season at this point for Carolina. So give me Detroit on the road.
Yeah, right. Yep, yeah. I'll jump right on in and agree with you there. They're flowing a little bit better right now. They're coming off a win. Matt Stafford, he's still a solid quarterback. I think they go into Carolina and get a W. What about you, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I get the Lions, but hey, keep your eye on Panthers backup quarterback PJ Walker, who could get the start. Touchdown Teddy is kind of iffy. So if you're a fantasy football player, PJ Walker, sensational XFL quarterback, by the way, possibly could making his debut this week.
Man, imagine that, picking up that guy and then, him going off in his first game against the Lions. All right,
I would love to see it.
That's a sweep for the Lions. Big time lopsided matchup here. We got the 9-0 Steelers on the road against a Jacksonville Jaguars team who's 1-8 and gave Green Bay everything they could handle last week with whoever their quarterback is. Whoever's behind Minshew playing. That was a very surprising score.
Jake Luton, I believe. I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Luton.
But his name is
but
Jake.
It certainly is no longer Minshew time. It is Jake.
So you know how to pronounce that. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Yep.
For you. Steelers. Steelers easy. That's all I got for you. Uncle Paul, what about you?
Yeah, Steelers. I think Jake Luton, whatever you want to say, Jake, going to be introduced to TJ Watt pretty, a lot. Let's just say that, right?
Yeah,
so
they became good friends. Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to be really good friends.
They're going to be.
All right, Steelers, count it. Book it.
Done. Jake, regular Jake.
I'm going to pick the sweep here. Regular Jake. I'm going to go with the sweep here. Not much to talk about here. You have a 9-0 against a 1-8 football team. The Jags are kind of maybe in tank mode, and Minshew mania is over at this point. So give me the Steelers on the road here.
All right, another sweep. Next up, we've got the Cam Newton-led Patriots coming off a pretty nice win against the Ravens last week. Weather, I think, had a lot to do with it. That was some nasty rain coming down. But still, nonetheless, getting a win against the Ravens was pretty kind of surprising. I think I picked that was the one game, right? I think that was the one game I missed last week.
Yep.
Going against the 2-7 Houston Texans, who are still holding on to their 2 wins against the Jaguars. That's pretty funny. Can they get a third win hosting these Patriots? Jake, I'll go right back to you. What do you think?
I'm going to take the Patriots here. I mean, they're still technically alive in the AFC playoff hunt. I think they're the last kind of clipped off team in the hunt graphic, if you will. But I like the Pats on the road here against Houston. Houston did give Cleveland a run for their money in that 10-7, dogfight and also a bad weather game. But I like the Patriots here. I think Bill Belichick's going to at least keep them in somewhat contention into late November. I don't think they are a playoff team, but give me New England here in this game.
All right, we got one for New England. What about you, Uncle Paul?
Yeah, make it 2. The Texans ranked dead last in run defense, and the Patriots and Damian Harris are probably going to have a field day. So look for a low-scoring game, but the Patriots are going to get it done.
All right. You know what? Maybe it's just because I went 12-1 last week. I'm feeling a little reckless this week. I picked the Falcons, that other game. I'll take the Texans at home, get an upset going. I think maybe Deshaun Watson and those weapons at receivers will be feeling themselves a little bit and getting a groove and put up some points. And I think if Cam Newton and that offense gets behind early, I mean, they're not really a passing football team. It could be tough for them to catch up. So could be one of those games. I'll take the Texans. Why not?
I like it.
Avoid another sweep. We've been sweeping a bit much here. Intriguing matchup. Because it involves just a very intriguing AFC team. The Tua-led Dolphins at 6-3, going to Denver to take on the Broncos, dropping to 3-6, getting blown out by the Raiders last week. Season is slipping. It was slipping for the Broncos a while ago, but it's just getting worse and worse every week, it seems. I'll throw my hat in right here. Dolphins are rolling. It's hard for me to see them making the playoffs this year, but they keep winning games. So we'll see. I do think they win this one, though. So I'll take them here. Jake, what about you?
I've been all over Tua since he came in for Fitzpatrick, and he hasn't lost yet. And I haven't picked it. I think I picked against him his second game, and I learned my lesson. So give me Tua again. I'm going to pick him until he gives me a reason not to.
All right. Is it going to be a sweep, Uncle Paul?
Yes, absolutely. It'll be a sweep because the other quarterback on the other side is Drew Lock. And that guy likes to give it to the other team a lot. So give me Tua and the boys.
Definitely. Yep. Agreed there. Another sweep. Oh boy. New York Jets 0-9. Finally, for the first time, they're not coming off of a loss because they had that bye. So they probably feeling pretty good to not take an L on Sunday. But they go to this almost said San Diego Chargers, the LA Chargers, who are 2-7. But they're a much more exciting team than that, obviously, with what Justin Herbert and that offense has been doing. They're competing hard. It's going to be loss number 10 for the Jets, I'm afraid. I do like the Chargers here. They're due for a win eventually. How many more games can they miraculously blow down the stretch? They're not going to blow this one. I got Chargers. Uncle Paul, what about you?
Yeah, Chargers as well. Joe Flacco still having to play quarterback. He I think he enjoyed getting paid holding the clipboard, but they're going to force him out there again. Unfortunately for his problem is Joey Bosa was a full participant in practice, so that's not a good sign. So but anyway, Chargers.
Yeah. There you go, Jake. Sweet.
I will put the broom away here. You know,
no.
I don't. The Jets are going to win a game eventually, and it's going to bite everyone in the ass who bets against them. And so, something feeling frisky, like we were talking about earlier. I'm going to take the Jets in my one big upset pick of the week here. I mean, I especially giving them a little extra time coming off the bye, give old man Flacco a little bit of rest. Hey, who knows? Maybe it happens in LA for the Jets this week.
Yep. All right, we'll see. That'd be a big time call if that ends up working out for you.
We'll make a highlight tape of me picking every time I pick the Jets.
We'll put that back in on next week's video. So we got a big matchup here. Man, Titans fans are going to be paying attention to this one. Packers 7-2 going to the Indianapolis Colts, who are 6-3, who own the tiebreaker for the AFC South lead. Coming off that win against the Titans last week, that was hard to watch. Man, we really need the Packers to win this one. Can they do it against Phil Rivers? I can't take this one first. Uncle Paul, I'll go right back to you.
As much as I would love to see Phillip Rivers just continually to get sacked and over and over again, I just don't think it's going to happen. I think this Colts defense is probably the toughest defense Rodgers is going to face all season. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with the Colts.
Ooh. Oh, that hurts. That hurts to hear. It makes sense, though. Yeah, Rivers, hard quarterback to sack, and he's so immobile that doesn't make any sense. But they also have a really good offensive line. Jake, are you going with the Colts too? Are you also going to break my heart?
I am going to go with my rooting interest here.
Okay.
I'm going to take Green Bay, and it's because I believe Aaron Rodgers is getting Lazard back this week. He came off of IR. I'm not sure if he is cleared to play for the game, but if he does, that's a huge win for the Packers offense. Devontae Adams is one of the top 5 receivers in the game. I know he missed a practice as well, but he usually errs on the side of playing as well. I'm going to take the Packers just because the Titans, watching the Colts play the Titans last week, it was more the Titans beating themselves than the Colts taking it to the Titans. And I think the Packers are a better overall team than the Titans. So by that transitive math, I'm going to go with the Packers here.
I think they have the ability to punt the ball further than 15 yards.
Correct.
So.
Yes, Green Bay has a cohesive punt unit, so that should give them the edge against the Colts.
Right. Yeah, man. Maybe it is my rooting interest, but man, I just Aaron Rodgers is playing really good football right now. It's going to be tough. Yeah, this is a really intriguing game. Indy is actually favored 1.5 right now, 1.5 points. But I think the Packers will get it done. Really need them to get it done. I'll go with the Packers too, but yeah, a Colts win would not surprise me. They're playing good football right now. And here we go. This is still an afternoon game. We got the Dallas Cowboys 2-7, but I guess are very much alive in the NFC East there. Taking on the Vikings in Minnesota, who are suddenly turning it on. Dalvin Cook is tearing apart defenses. Kirk Cousins getting his first win ever in primetime or something, or he's 1-9 now on Monday Night Football after they beat the fast falling Bears. I think they get it done again. I like them at home. They got better talent. Cowboys too banged up, as has been the story so far for them. I'm taking Vikings. Uncle Paul, what about you?
Is Andy Dalton coming back? Will he be back this week?
I think he was cleared to practice. I'm not sure if he's playing yet.
Okay.
But he was not that special or doing anything really great before he got hurt. I was kind of disappointed in Andy Dalton whenever he came in for Prescott. But
well, this is my feeling frisky game, I guess, as you guys would refer to.
All right.
So I'm going to take the Cowboys, and we'll see what happens.
Right. Yeah, love it.
They gave the Steelers a really good game. They really should have beat the Steelers earlier this year, but yeah, they could turn it on again and compete with Minnesota. Jake, what about you?
I really like the two NFC North teams that are kind of bubbling up, not to the top, but kind of getting them into the playoff race in the Lions and this Minnesota team. I'm a big believer in Dalvin Cook. As I wear the King Henry T-shirt, I think he is my favorite to win the rushing title again this year. So give me the surging Vikings to get kind of further themselves in the playoff race here.
All right, there we go. All right, Sunday Night Football. We got two really good primetime games on Sunday night and Monday Night Football. First one is the Kansas City Chiefs coming off a bye week, 8-1. Yeah. Oh, rematch. Raiders were the team that gave them that one loss, so this will be a interesting game. Ravens, one of those 6-3 teams. There's like a million of them in the AFC, right in the thick of the wild card race. Man. If they beat the Chiefs again, that would put them a game back for the lead in the division, which is a crazy thing to think about because they'll have swept the Chiefs. So we'll see. I don't see it happening, though. The Chiefs are they're so hard to pick against in any given game, even though the Raiders are the one team that has their number right now. I'll take the Chiefs on the road. That's it. Can't go against Patrick Mahomes right now. Uncle Paul, what about you?
No, you cannot go against Patrick Mahomes, especially on the turf. I think this guy's special on the turf, and that speed that he has, weapons on the outside, will definitely come into effect as well. Listen, you talked about the Raiders beat him. Andy Reid is going to make sure that's not going to happen again. And I see if Andy Reid could put 50 on the Raiders this week, he'll make it happen. So take the over as well, guys.
Probably will continue scoring touchdowns in garbage time just to show him no, we mean business. We're pissed about that one loss. Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, Andy Reid, great coach. Probably will have them figured out. Jake, sweep?
I'm going to make it a sweep. You don't bet against Pat Mahomes and the Chiefs, and especially going for revenge after this whole bus trailing or circling Arrowhead Stadium kind of thing. Good bulletin board material for the Chiefs, who definitely a team that doesn't need bulletin board material going into any given week. And the Las Vegas Raiders are not a team that scares me in this wild card race and this logjam of 6-3 teams. They're one of the least threatening, at least in my eyes. So definitely give me the Chiefs in this one.
All right, sweep for the Chiefs. Moving on to Monday Night Football. We got the LA Rams, who I thought had a really surprisingly nice win against the Seahawks in their last game, putting themselves right back in that race for first place in that division. I thought they were going to kind of start falling down, but bam, you beat the Seahawks and they're right back there. Got a tough road game, though, against the Tom Brady Buccaneers, who are, they had a bad loss against the Green Bay Packers, but they bounced right back. Who did they destroy? They destroyed someone last week.
They destroyed Green Bay. They lost to the Saints.
Oh, you're right. And they got destroyed by the Saints, and then they destroyed somebody else last week. So I don't know. They're rolling. It's gonna be a good game. I don't know. This Rams defense is actually no joke. I mean, they gave Russell Wilson so many issues last week. So let's do it. I'm doing it. I thought I was gonna pick the Bucs, but hey, I'm riding high still off that 12-1 week last week. It's probably gonna come down after my picks today, but I'll take the Rams on the road, beating the Bucs on Monday night. Jake, what about you?
I'm going to be on that ship right with you. I'm taking the Rams solely because I feel like every time I've sat down to watch this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team play in primetime, the Thursday night game in Chicago was a loss. The Sunday night game against the Saints, huge loss. So it just feels like every time I sit and watch this Tampa Bay team in primetime, they falter. And I think the Rams are a very quality opponent. Like you said, their defense is kind of playing lights out right now. I think they're to give Brady some problems. Give me the Rams on the road.
All right, 2 for the Rams. All right. Uncle Paul, do you see it that way?
I think both teams are Jekyll and Hyde, right? One week they're can beat anybody, and the next week they look like they can't beat Vanderbilt. So, but I think this week it's the Bucs who are going to be the ones that are going to be on top. I don't, Rams having to come cross country, and Jared Goff, I think, could be running for his life. Yeah. The Bucs are have a pretty good stalwart on the defensive side. So I'm going to take the Bucs.
All good.
That's true. They also have a good defense. I could see it kind of be a surprisingly low-scoring game because they also can have high-powered offenses. But yeah, these defenses are no joke either. But all right, gentlemen, we've made it to the last pick of our picks video. The Titans going on the road against the Ravens. One of these teams are going to be falling out of that 6-3 cluster in the AFC. Titans are limping to death into this matchup. They just probably just broke another story about another player that's going to be missing. So we got no Clowney, we got no Saffold, still no Humphreys, still no Adoree Jackson. Of course, Taylor Lewan's not in there. He is out. Who am I missing? There's got to be more that I haven't listed, but
Kenny Vaccaro was listed. Yeah, it's a laundry list.
Yeah, a terrible, stinky laundry list. But the Ravens do have offensive line issues and injuries that they're dealing with. Is that something that the Titans can exploit in shutting down this run game? I don't know. Jake, have at it. Can we win? Can we win?
In our preview video, I took the Titans and I was trying to be optimistic. Here at the very tail end of our NFL picks video, and I did this against Chicago, so I'm doing this for fan purposes, but I am taking the Ravens here. It feels like this Titans season is spiraling fast. While Mike Vrabel has been able to put it back together towards the end of the year and win important November and December games, and I hope the trend continues where Mike Vrabel is, 5-0 coming off of Thursday night or a bye, which he's coming off of a Thursday night. When he gets extra time to prepare, he usually can win games. But just this Titans roster is spiraling. I'm kind of over Jadeveon Clowney, frankly. Him being out and put on IR doesn't deal a huge blow to this football team, it feels like. At least for me, I feel like he's been a huge bust thus far. He has made differences in some games, but other times he kind of just disappears. So give me the Ravens here, solely because last time I picked against the Titans in the picks videos, the Titans ended up winning. Yes. So give me the Ravens.
Man, yeah, that's the one good thing about you picking the Ravens is that last time you didn't call it and the Titans beat the Bears. So we'll see. I got to pick the Titans. I've been doing Titans too for 4 years and half jokingly, mostly jokingly, I've never picked against the Titans in our picks video. I think the only way I see this happening is we shut down their run game because their offensive line is kind of in shuffling mode. We still got Jeff Simmons there. Daquan Jones is putting together a few good strings of games, showing up more often than not than in previous seasons. We still got Jayon Brown, and if Rashaan Evans can get some clutch, short yardage stops, we kind of joked about that in our preview video. That's when he shows up. It's the only time he shows up in short yardage stop situations. Yeah, and the offense, it's the major skill position players are still there. Derrick Henry, A.J. Brown, Corey Davis, Jonnu Smith, Tannehill, they're all going to be out there, sling the ball around. Hopefully they get enough done. I'll take the Titans. Uncle Paul, have the last word. What do you see?
Here's the last word, Justin. I would like to be the only guest picker to ever go undefeated. And
yes.
If this is the last time I'm ever on Titans Tube, I'm going to go out swinging. So I'm going to take the Ravens. Sorry, guys. But I got to go with a little pride right here.
I got you. Good. Hey, got to go with your heart, or not your heart, your head, I guess, in this situation.
Yes.
Yeah. You're not a Ravens fan, are you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and they're gunning for this win because we ruined their Super Bowl season. They very well could have beat the Chiefs at home in the playoffs last year and then went on to beat the 49ers. So we really, kind of have a target on our backs. They're going to be pissed about that game still. They could be taking it to us. So could be ugly, but I still got the Titans. But that's it. That's it, guys. There you go. We made it through.
Yep.
Thanks again, Uncle Paul, for joining us.
Thank you, Uncle Paul.
Yeah. By the way, also, I forgot to mention this. I was going to do it at the beginning, but you do have some inside access to former Titans legend because you work at the same school that Kevin Dyson is the principal of. So I mean, if that were me, I would be like, tossing the football around with him in the hallways and just, chatting him up all the time. I bet that's pretty exciting.
It is. Dr. Dyson is my head principal at my school. So to every Monday you go armchair quarterback with him is an interesting conversation, and something you don't do right as a daily fan, sure, but to hear the insights from him is kind of a intriguing thing, and he's a great guy, and he's a tremendous administrator.
Awesome. Glad to hear. I've heard he's a great guy.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things. about him with what he's been doing. with getting his doctorate or whatever, and then principal and all that stuff. That's awesome. So good deal. Cool fun fact. Insider info there. Anyway, so that's the video, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to check out Drive Thru Sports with Adam and Paul. I'll leave the links to that in the description below. So yeah, that's it. You guys have a good one. Enjoy your Sunday watching football, and we will be back next week with our Week 12 picks. So you guys take it easy.
Already Week 12. Take it easy, everybody. Like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz. See y'all.
Peace.